And we're live. So let's see how the stream works today with the quality. I took it off my Wi-Fi because I'm having issues with my Wi-Fi. And I want to see if it's improving on my 4G network. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about the issues. What's up, everyone? And everyone coming into the live stream, let me know if there are glitches or anything funky, wonky with this live stream connection. So I want to go directly into, what's up, Tamika? I want to go directly into why people fail on the ketogenic diet and go over to the intermittent fasting. Like everybody, now I so remember when people like were doing keto, and then there were some people, clients, because I do consultations, and some people were trying intermittent fasting, but most hadn't. Now it's completely flopped that I haven't talked to someone who has not tried intermittent fasting. Hey, it's not Fat Albert. It's Keto Stephanie. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go into some of the stuff that I've been researching. Intermittent fasting is not more sustainable. I don't know where you got that nonsense from. Keto is more sustainable. So the problem with intermittent fasting is people's blood sugar goes like this. You know what happens with that? DHEA. You know what happens with that? Your reproductive hormones get wonky. And you know what happens after that with the hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal? The thyroid and thyroid axis, that starts getting wonky. So it's not sustainable at all. It's creating a lot of health issues. I don't know why this person thought that intermittent fasting is sustainable. That's not normal in nature. Why would you deprive yourself of food just because you want to look aesthetic? That makes no sense. Let me explain this to you guys very simply. And I'll explain the reason why people do keto and why they do it the wrong way and what to consider. Numero uno, okay? When you, I'm saying okay like there's people in my apartment. Like, what's wrong with me? Like up the stream, everyone. So the issue is that your intention to do keto is, intermittent fasting is for the wrong reasons. A lot of people do keto for the wrong reasons, but I get a lot more people trying to fix their broken bodies who do keto. People ain't trying to fix their broken bodies on intermittent fasting, please. Let's keep it freaking real. People are doing intermittent fasting because they want to look lean. Okay. I can't with this. Of course, Rachel, you know, people, and here's the thing, there's a big difference between weight loss and fat loss. I did a video, and I need to go and revisit a video because somebody thought I said that it's good if your period stopped. Like, that's insanity. No, must have cycle. Let's keep that clear in this live stream. Must have your cycle. And before I forget, you guys, I run a keto course. It's through my website at stephanieperson.com. Yes, and it's $15 a month. It's like dirt cheap. And I do consultations, stephanieperson.com. And I have everything else free, like my Facebook, which is Stephanie the Business Person, and my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. But let's move on before I get you guys annoyed or sound like I'm selling cars. With that said, a lot of people don't lose weight. Let's keep it real. Lots of people are going through a 16, 18-hour window of not eating. People get up, they ain't hungry, they don't eat breakfast, they slam a coffee, and they go off. So a lot of people already do this. And I was watching Peter Attia, as I said before, who I highly respect, who literally said, we as scientists cannot measure autophagy right now. We don't know how to measure it. So nobody actually knows if they are experiencing autophagy in any type of cleansing and clearing up of debris and fixing their deadness of their organs and being methylating and all this nonsense. We don't know. And the problem is with intermittent fasting is that it's okay to intermittent fast. That's not the problem. And I've always said this, it's not the problem. It's do nothing when you fast, right? When people go and try to do a cleanse, right? I'm going to do a biliary cleanse. I'm going to cleanse my liver, my kidney, and my gallbladder. You need to be home. All right, you need to not be at a baseball game or a basketball game or working because you're gonna shat everywhere in your pants, like on the wall, like in the car seat. So you must be home when you do a cleanse because you're gonna be pooping for 2 days. So if you're going to do a cleanse, what do you need to do? You need to be home, chilling and pooping for 2 days. And that's what I don't understand with this whole intermittent fasting crowd. Why are you not fasting when you are relaxing? So you can experience autophagy and you can experience this detoxification of your freaking junked up bodies, in layman's term. So that therein lies the problem. You guys don't understand. This is a vehicle and it's like a car. If you drive a car, y'all need to put some gasoline in it. If you don't put gasoline in it, intermittent fasting sounds like a state of your what? Ehen food is not plentiful, not normal. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if that was a typo, if I'm just not getting it, but I digress. So if you intermittent fast, you should really take a time where you're going to be chilling at home, fasting on the weekend, and just relaxing, not going out to work out, not going to your job, not sprinting fasted, relaxing. Hey Stephanie, love your channel. Thank you. Oh, let me see. Is that Aylmer out or Ontario? Canada? Cool. Okay. So with that said, the problem, what's up, Deborah? Mod's in the house. The problem that I keep seeing, this isn't like me guessing, right? Like, oh, we might be able to, scientists say we might experience autophagy. I have proven fact people's like hair's falling out. Okay, thyroid, TSH rises, T3 starts to drop and plummet on fasting. People are having headaches. People are dehydrated. People's electrolyte is whacked. They start having really bad heart palpitations. People are having binging. They're binging like crazy. They're super hungry and they're super tired fasting. Intermittent fasting is more sustainable because the cravings that's all I meant. You can eat high fat and high and protein with some low carbs in 24 window. No, you can't. And not be keto works for some. It doesn't work for anyone. Everybody's bullshit. It's reciting freaking monetization. Everybody's just full of crap. No. It doesn't work for anyone. I have never, and it's been at least 100 people that I've literally spoken to where intermittent fasting did not work over time at all. Period. And the thing is, I have clients almost every day. I've been having these clients for almost 10 years. So people are damaged. They are trying to lose weight, intermittent fasting. They don't mix people. How can you fix your body and not eat? Like, how does that work? If you have adrenal insufficiency, if you have an energy crisis, if you're not sleeping good, how are you able to not eat and then go off to your job or go fasted to the gym? How does that work? Nobody can give me that answer. They'll just say, I do intermittent fasting and it works for me. And they have no proof. And then the ones who say it on my Facebook, I go into their accounts, they look horrible. I'm like, you're lying, people, drinking that Kool-Aid like y'all in the Jim Jones in Guyana. No, intermittent fasting is not so fabulous. It's so pathetic. It's just anorexia. It's totally driven by people's absolute body dysmorphia and their absolute need to freaking get lean. It makes no sense to our survival as human beings. If you go and live out in Africa as a hunter-gatherer, there's no way you're going to sit and not eat and run around. They would literally laugh at us. They're like, you stupid modern humans. What is wrong with you people? If you're not eating and you're stressed out and you have toxic everything, you have a gallbladder that doesn't work, your hormones are jacked, your DHE is jacked, and let's not even get down to the problem of malabsorptive issues like your B complex, right? 9, 10, right? It's B, if I get my memory right, B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B9, B12. What the frack, people? Nobody's talking about these things. Like, I was watching something else, another thing online, and I saw that this person who was fit, like who was young, male, fit, intermittent fasting, and he looked good on the outside. And I was like, wow, most people who do diet trends are women. Let's keep it real. Oh my God. Yeah. What is it, Damien? And most animals don't got no jobs either. Damien's like, most animals don't eat every 2 or 3 hours. That is correct. That is correct, my brother. But animals don't go to jobs and pay bills. Okay? Animals don't aren't malabsorptive and have like destroyed guts and low HCl levels and can't absorb their nutrition. Who've got super hardcore, gnarly, dysbiotic guts, who've got like hormone problems and serotonin problems and freaking circadian rhythm problems. So that animal thing, I just crushed you on that, brother. Who cares about animals? Animals aren't us stupid humans. No. You realize how many dogs have cancer now? Who's that come from? Us. Dogs who have diabetes. Why does a dog have pancreatitis and diabetes? They don't got that in nature either. It's us. We dum-dums. I haven't ranted for a while. I think this is very good. Deborah's reminding you guys to like up the stream. You got to collapse the window by hitting the X in the right corner, and the window collapses, and you'll see the icons, and you hit the thumbs up, and then you reopen the chat. Voila! You're bringing people to my chat. Today, I am not somber. I am very ranty today. Okay, let's continue with this B complex stuff. Lots of animals are sick nowadays because of pollution. No, lots of animals are sick nowadays because of us, because we feed them friggin' the wrong food, because they're exposed, yes, to toxins and chemicals, and they eat the wrong food, and we feel bad. My little doggy, like my mother, my dogs are really hungry. I'm like, Mom, stop. They need to eat. They're really starving. I'm like, okay. No, it doesn't work, Damien. It does not work for some people. And you're guessing, Damien. See, I don't have to guess because I've actually worked with people, like thousands. So your opinion means zero. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, even though I do sound disrespectful, but I don't even know why you would challenge me. You have zero experience with this whatsoever. So why go on what you hear on the internet? I mean, bodybuilders go and do like white rice and chicken breast, and people did that stuff for years. And that whole community, especially with the no one is talking about the issues with T3. So you'll just go, oh, I'm just gonna eat some. It works for them. They look shredded, bruh. I'm just gonna go and eat some chicken breast and some white rice and get some gains. And then they don't get the gains. They're like, oh, I need to do this to get the gains. Yes, and you still blow out your hormone or your endocrine system doing that nonsense when you do this, and then you lift. You know, like I go to the gym with a bunch of millennials, and they are, oh, my back is hurting. I was like, how can you have so much inflammation and be like 25? Like, explain that to me. They have energy crisis. I'm so exhausted. So don't tell me that this stuff works. Everyone I know has problems. Everyone. No one is like perfectly healthy. Not a single person I've ever met. Either they have skin issues, or they got inflammation somewhere, or they can't take a dump, or they've got bubbly pee, or they've got like histamine, and they've got dander, and they've got like allergies, or they're tired, or they can't sleep. Stop with this nonsense. Y'all need to understand. Nobody's not a breakfast person naturally. I mean, what's natural? You want to know what's natural? Get your butt outside in the mother-sucking savannah and go hunt for your food. That's natural. Go and make a shelter and when it's freezing cold at night and be freezing to death and ain't got no fire and you hungry. So we don't follow. I'm just being silly, you guys. People who've never seen me before, sometimes I'm like this, sometimes I'm chill, and sometimes I'm like loopy. Today I'm loopy. I wanted to talk to you guys about B complex because a lot of you are losing them. Most people I know have an energy crisis. That's why in my earlier videos I was like, energy. People would say, and they would inbox me all day. I wish I had the energy that you have. I just, I am 51. I am soon to be 50, mother sucking 2. People are freaking dragging. So when you're like, oh, works for some and works for others, why do I, when I go to the supermarket or the airport or when I walk down the street, everybody's fracked up and I live in the city of mother-sucking beautiful people? What? Don't even try. No. I'm around people. I talk to people. I'm on the internet. I'm super social. I sit there. I'm freaking hardcore into science. No, people are messed up. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it, because if you do, you're going to frack yourself up. Let me see. Do you take B12? Yes, I do. Y'all want to see my B12? Let me show you my B12. Okay. People in your supplements. Good Lord, child. Here is my B12. Okay? I'm about to make some liver, yo. That's my B12. There's my B complex. There's my zinc and my copper and my selenium and my fat soluble vitamins and my vitamin C and my potassium. Right there. I don't have to take no pill. I'm so silly today, you guys. I'm sorry. Was it 40-50 fitness? Nobody can measure autophagy right now. So that everybody's just throwing that word around. And people have thrown words around for any type of dietary trend bonanza. I mean, first it was like I even have people doing the carnivore diet because they think the carnivore diet is losing weight. I'm like, no, people, this is to heal a freaking broken body. That is the only reason why you would do carnivore. You need to heal the body. We are herbivores. We can eat plants and we can eat animals. Okay? You throw your butt out in the savannah in mother-sucking Africa. Promise you, if you ain't eating any game, you digging for roots, you're going to eat some leaves, you're going to eat some berries. Trust, you are going to be eating some plants if you've got a good gut. So no, I don't like supplements. I try to get people to take as minimal as the minimal amount as they can. Like, for example, what I just love to do is I love to use this one, because this is the reason why a lot of you guys have a hard time adapting. See that? That's called magnesium right there. And I just go like, boop. See that? Fabulous, people. Get some magnesium on me, because people who do keto and intermittent fast need electrolytes more than people who eat carbs, because carbohydrates make you hold on to water. Water makes you hold on to your electrolytes. Do you hear me, people? No one's talking about that. People throwing this word autophagy around. What about their electrolytes? Well, who cares? I just want to look aesthetic. That's all that matters. And then I can say that it works for me, and I lost 60 pounds doing it, and I'm going through autophagy. I'm like, but your skin is crepey. Your skin is look like you got dark circles under your eyes, and your skin look a little crepey. Let me see. What about magnesium glycinate pill form? Yes, like I said, I don't like supplements. The only supplements that I have any of my clients, literally, there are two. One is magnesium and glycinate form, if they can handle glycinate. If not, they switch to malate. Number two, one more. Wait, magnesium? Oh, ox bile if they have no gallbladder or gallbladder sludge. Yes, in their biliary system. Otherwise, everything else is like, you know, we try to, like, people are like, I've been on digestive enzymes for 8 years. I'm like, oh, and now you cannot digest food, because now your body is not working anymore. It's chilling. It's waiting for the pills to come in. You guys have to learn how, you can't get better than this. You cannot get better than this. This is like life. I'm so glad that I stopped listening to everyone say how bad liver tastes. And I actually made it. It's like 7 months ago now. And I was like, I remember this taste. And I called my mom up. I said, Mom, did you make liver? She's like, yeah, I made chicken liver. I was like, oh, this is my favorite supplement and my favorite meat ever. I can't get enough of it. My body's just like more. Iron, hemoglobin, B12, the B complex, vitamin D, E, A, K, zinc, and copper, for real though. Seriously? Oh, that retinol. My eyes at 51 I was just starting to do this, like looking at books. Like, you ever see people like this? They're doing this when they're reading. I was just starting to have that happen. Boom, stopped. My eyes started getting sharp again. I was like, hallelujah. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm really silly today. I have different moments and emotions and all this stuff. Gizzards too, honey child. Drink water. Yes, with electrolytes. I don't like electrolyte powders because when man gets his nasty little hands on everything, we get destroyed. So I try to get everything as naturally as possible before having to divert to any type of supplementation. I'm not eating meat now, but I can get B stuff. What if intermittent fasting, your uric acid is through the roof? Oh yeah, I've been reading a lot about uric acid, and this is not a proven fact. This isn't something. This is just I just started to research this. That a lot of this uric acid buildup is coming from other issues like poor quality meats. That does play a role. Who is sourcing their meats from farm raised, pasture raised? Who's getting their meat like that? I mean, a very tiny percentage, at least of Americans. So that plays a role in the production of purines. That's what it is. It's the purines. So you also have to consider people have this bacteria deficiency, which is called oxalo. And I'm never sure how I pronounce it because I only keep reading about it. Oxalobacter. And it's people who have a deficiency in oxalates who also start to create issues with kidney stones from the oxalate. So people have problems with oxalates, which also wreaks havoc when you have things like gout and a problem with purine and uric acid buildup. But I'm not an expert at this. I'm just starting to learn about it. And I did work with a man a couple of years ago who had gout, and he kept changing the quality of his meats, and it seemed as though that made a difference. But I need to work with a lot more people before I make up my mind. Yeah, purines are aminos, yes. But we're not sourcing our meats very well. So everything's debatable. Now, if you guys are inflamed, if your CRP markers are high, if your body cannot deal with the purines and the uric acid, then that might also play a role. But your body is more equipped to deal with its dysfunction when you clean up your life, right? And you don't intermittent fast. But I wanted to talk about the B complex for a minute because that's a part of the reason why people fail on a ketogenic diet and they also fail on intermittent fasting is because a lot of you guys are not absorbing your B complex. And a lot of you guys are sourcing the wrong foods, the wrong meats. You guys are eating a lot of chicken. Everybody keeps eating so much chicken. I'm like, ugh. I really get to that point where like this with chicken, like, unless it's the heart or the liver. Let's see. So essentially, you guys, what I'm trying to say is the reason why people fail on the ketogenic diet, beyond the obvious things like I don't have my macros right, I'm eating too much protein, I'm afraid of fat, I try to adapt on MCT oil because I read about it and heard about it and some ridiculousness. But a lot of the biggest problem is that you guys are going through an energy crisis. You have adrenal insufficiencies, your cortisol's inverted, but you are not absorbing your B complex and you're not eating foods high in Bs like this. That's a huge issue. So a lot of you guys are going like, oh, well, I'll intermittent fast. Well, you're already doing it anyway. And then you guys are putting MCT oil in a coffee and people aren't thinking about you already are having issues with the mucus lining of your pipes, your stomach, your intestine. A lot of you guys have leaky gut and you're not absorbing your Bs and you're not eating foods high in the B complex. And now your energy tanks. And then if you're not getting enough B complex and you're doing keto and your glycogen is depleted, right? And you're not making enough viable ketones and your blood sugar is super unstable, you can't do keto. It just won't work. And you can't even intermittent fast like that. You cannot intermittent fast for long periods of time if you're malabsorptive and you're not absorbing your B complex. It's not going to happen. People are going to look for fat loss, and they're just going to be losing muscle because the body is like, I don't care how much you want to look aesthetic, I will eat your bicep, okay? But actually, in men, it likes to eat men's legs. That's why some men have little tiny little freaking baseball bat like table legs, and then women are just huge, like cellulite, butt thighs, and flabby, yeah, and the turkey gobbler and all that kind of stuff and all that looseness right here. Yes, that's from pushing the body. Look, you guys, like in the wild, we would never be eating every couple of hours. That's ridiculous. Absolutely, of course, it's absurd. But we would not be going to jobs and paying bills and arguing and staying up late and watching Netflix and our phone tracking Instagram. That would never happen. And that I honestly just don't know how to stay on keto with this as an issue. Exactly, Terry. So it's hard to do these things, these dietary measures, when you've got packaged food right there, right? We got the Quest bar, we got the protein shakes, we got chips. I do a lot of consultations with people who say that they eat really, really well. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you snack on? And they'll say something like, when they say nuts, then I know there's chips. I'm like, so what kind of nuts? Well, I like pistachio, I like cashews. And I'm like, so what kind of chips? Well, I have chips sometimes. So a lot of people are eating these like quick foods because they're starving. The problem is with intermittent fasting and having issues with your electrolytes already, right? Because you're not eating. People just love not to eat. They've got this sick thing in their mind that they're getting aesthetic. When people get a freaking flu and they're not hungry for 4 days and they drop weight on the scale, they're like, I was sick, but look, I'm like down 6 pounds. They're so happy about it. If I lost 6 pounds from being sick, I would be devastated. That would devastate me. So that just shows you that the psychological mind, when people are expressing their opinions, like the Damien's like, oh, but it works for some people. I'm like, well, I have never met a person that it worked for. People are not honest. They're not candid with what's going on when you open up the hood of the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm on freaking stupid workout bras and showing you guys my body all the time. Over the years, you see how people age? Yo, and when you go from 40 to 50s, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It is a freaking wrap. You're going to see massive aging on people who don't take care of themselves. Can you drink Powerade? No, it's garbage, you guys. There's no electrolytes in that. You know what electrolytes are? Freaking the potassium chloride, that shit gets stuck in your kidneys, bruh. That's not healthy. You don't get your potassium from some nasty chemical that man made. Man has already messed us up, people. You get your body is its own pharmacy. It knows how to extract the potassium from food and use it. That's the safest way to get your potassium and sodium. That's easy, right? That's simple. That's a mineral. Done. Magnesium, really hard because we have over freaking gutted our soil. So we're not getting potassium rich foods anymore. So that's very, very difficult. So that's the only supplement that I suggest. People are having heart palps. My heart is racing. People are super dehydrated on keto and fasting. I can't with this obsession to be lean. And so I'm trying to get you guys not to do these trends. And if you're doing keto and you're having a hard time with keto, it's because for the last 4 years, everybody who talks about it lies to you. You don't adapt in 10 days. Duh. You don't adapt. Those urine strips are garbage. The breathalyzers are absolute nonsense. All this keto food, total dirty keto food porn garbage. It's so bad for you guys that people start eating foods and having reactions to foods that they didn't even eat before because half the people, no child, 80% of the people got some kind of SIBO or some small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or they've got some kind of itis, some inflammation of the intestine. And no one talks about this stuff. You know how I know? You know why I'm sounding so brazen and cocky? Because I freaking talk to these people crying in the consultations every dang day. That's why I'm coming across. So, yeah, Vlad, sanctimonious. You see, I used to do keto for mostly weight loss, but I'm more interested in gaining muscles with it. So my weight keeps being in limbo since I gained some from muscle while lose some fat. So was it 9 Mars 3? I think I've seen you before. The body, you have to look at the body more like very intricate, right? You have to connect to circadian rhythm. That at night you're going to produce like growth hormone and testosterone and you're going to go through the magic at night with the body repairing itself. And if you don't sleep well because you're not connected to a circadian rhythm, you're not going to have that muscle gain unless you're, or young. Like what you like, I'm in my 50s. So when you get into your 50s, like you can't, the wiggle room to play and stay up late and party and drink and do all this kind of stuff and eat kind of whatever and still look ripped. You know how many people are like that when I go work out? But I can tell like they're not feeling well because they like, they got bloodshot eyes, they're like tired, they got like their skin's breaking out. That's how I know that they aesthetically, because when you're young and your testosterone, especially for the guys, is still marching, but you're starting to have gut issues. I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like around a model who's like, this dude is freaking shredded. And he's like, watch my stuff. I'm like, what? I go, oh, you got to go to the bathroom. Oh, no, I got to pee. I'm like, right. Runs off to the bathroom and he's gone for like 20 minutes. I'm like, bro, just admit it that you were sitting there doing Hershey squirts on the toilet. Like, he's like, and if you saw this guy, you would think he's the healthiest guy on the planet. So the problem with the intermittent fasting and the keto trends is that nobody's telling you the truth. Nobody's telling you how difficult it is. And everybody keeps putting emphasis on weight loss. And if you do that, you ain't going to lose weight. It's not about losing weight. You have to sleep well. You have to eat the right foods. You have to source your foods well. You have to chew slowly, brat. Because even chewing your protein, chewing your protein too fast can spike your blood sugar. Don't believe it? Go and try it and watch yourself. And people aren't talking about like that reactive hypoglycemia, which so many of you people have. You guys eat something, you eat really fast, and you're sleepy after, and then you want to fast because some numbnuts like, look at my intermittent fasting body, bro. I'm so ripping. I do interval HIIT training, and I'm lean, and you can be too. And not everybody's the same. And I'm telling you right now, most people who are obsessed with diet trends are mostly women, and it's way harder for women. So all these people talking about intermittent fasting, what are they? Men. Not all of them, but mostly men. And I'm like, yo, y'all men don't know what it's like to have a cycle, bruh. Y'all don't know what it's like to get like cellulite and to get like PMS and premenstrual syndrome and polycystic ovarian syndrome and fibroids and excessive bleeding and total mood disorder or the PCOS. What a horrible affliction, right? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. And then that polycystic ovarian syndrome woman who's got incredibly high testosterone and estrogen and her blood sugar's just freaking cranked up high is going to intermittent fast. Like, let's just destroy her even more, because polycystic ovarian syndrome women, PCOS women, have very, very, like, the kissing cousin is the thyroid. So they don't have the thyroid symptoms yet, they intermittent fast, or they do keto the wrong way, and poof, it explodes. A keto crotch. Okay, so keto crotch is pretty much just a yeast die-off, and when yeast dies, it explodes. So a lot of women have vaginosis. They have an underlying, unfortunately, a vaginosis, a fungal infection of the vagina. And when their flora gets out of whack doing keto the wrong way, especially eating the wrong foods on keto, like cheese, which is a mold, and nuts, and caffeine, like all these things are going to make your vaginosis worse. So a lot of people have an underlying problem with yeast infections. Men too. You have them too. It's a yeast infection. You have it in your butt. You have it around your balls, nails, mouth, orifices, hair. You have it too. But like it's like with women, it's very obvious. You're having a lot of discharge and it's chunky and cheesy. Like, yes, that can happen. But keto does not create vaginosis. It's you had it before, and now the levee broke, and now it's exploding out of you once you cut out your carbs. So you have to really be careful with the types of foods. Sorry, you guys, it's getting blurry. You have to be very careful with the types of foods that you go to if you're going to do a ketogenic diet, you have to be very, very careful. And you have to be very, very careful with the timing of your foods, the types of foods, the quality of food, your breathing, your plumb line, your exercise, your back. You know, if you have overdeveloped chest or underdeveloped back, like if you have all of these joint problem and pain because you guys don't stand straight anymore, you have a weak core, all of these inflammatory responses can raise your CRP markers. It can also create a difficulty to heal from things like SIBO, where you guys are having problems absorbing your B complex. You guys are overstretching the adrenals, which then the cortisol inverts, and you're not getting enough B complex in, and you're not getting enough electrolytes, and all you're doing is stepping on a scale constantly and going, well, but I did lose 15 pounds on keto, but nobody's telling you how awful they feel. Keto is not complicated, Lovey. I think it sounds complicated because you're probably catching me in a video. I've got a ton of videos, so it's kind of hard because I'm bouncing around from subject to subject, and I'm looking at and I'm answering people. This is where people on the replay have a freaking heart attack. Basically, people fail on keto because they are not prepared with a lot of things. They are not prepared. You have to know what your existing health is. You have to know what's going on, not with cholesterol. I don't care about that. What you want to know what's going on with your insulin, your A1C. You want to know what's going on with your reproductive hormones. Y'all need to get this checked. Y'all need to get this checked. You have to pay attention to your gallbladder. Those are the things that are beyond measure, incredibly important. And when you first do keto, y'all don't drink enough water, Brad. No. Complicated, stupid, autocorrect. Oh, I see. So it's the type of food. It's the quality of that food. It's the rotation schedule of that, because you can't just do mono foods. Not on intermittent fasting and not on keto. You can't use coffee. Coffee's horrible for the body. And trust me, this is like a freaking $1 trillion business. So you will go online and see everything that's good about coffee. And then you see people who drink it and they look like shat. They don't even look like shit anymore. They just look like a shat on the ground that's dried up. No, I'm sorry. I can't with that. Let's see here. Some people love butter but do not like it. I use it because I would rather cook with that than vegetable oil. Yes, I mean, to be honest, most people like butter over lard and tallow. So it's first they love butter, then it's lard, and then some people are like, I don't do pork. And then tallow's probably got the least savoriness and palatableness to it, which is why you got to add some spice to it. If you don't have histamine intolerance, that part's complicated. What about green coffee? Garbage. Get rid of it. Nope. If you need coffee, there's a problem. You're never going to get the ultimate health that you need. People are like, somebody said, if you don't drink coffee, where do you get your energy from? I was like, are you kidding me? Are you serious? Are you serious? If you don't drink coffee, where do you get your energy from? I was like, oh, you cannot be serious with that comment. Like, it's not even the Kool-Aid anymore. People drinking the coffee. Like, that's the new Kool-Aid, right? It's coffee. So the problem is that people don't understand that the body has regulatory systems to balance out energy, expenditure, and the uptake of dietary energy, and your hormonal, your endocrine system is so important. And the how you deal with stress and how you detox and how you are connected to a circadian rhythm. And these are the things that are critical when it comes to your energy or energy crisis. And people don't consider this as anything. People get up, like, people are so used to getting up and either having like some eggs or something, or they'll have coffee and skip breakfast. And they're just routine things. People tell me, oh, I can eat the same thing every day. And I'm like, I know I could too, but I realize that's not healthy for us anymore. And we don't even know where our food's coming from. We just go to the supermarket and buy it. So there's a lot of issues, deodorant, lotion, toothpaste, all of these things. This has dyes in it. That stuff, if I rub my hand on that curtain, the dye will go into my skin within seconds. We don't understand how permeable our skin is and how many toxins just come in to our body by touching nasty man-made nastiness of chemicals. This is the reason why people fail. You literally have to look at, what am I cooking with? and what kind of pots and pan, and if it's coated with this or if it's that. Like if you're using aluminum foil, and I know this sucks, people, but it is what it is. The plastic, the freaking receipts from the store have BPA all over them. We're super estrogenic. The glyphosate, the organic versus non-organic foods. And I know it seems like a pain in the butt, but when you start slowly just deconstructing and cleaning out all of the stuff that makes things easy, because we don't want to spend more money on these things. We don't want to spend more time food prepping. We don't want to source our foods because that's time out of our day that we don't have. And you guys want intermittent fast? Like, nobody's making any sense. You don't even have time to exercise, but you want to intermittent fast. You know how many people are like, well, it's been like 6 weeks since I've worked out, but I've been fasting. This stuff does not make any sense. Okay, coffee has laxative effect and is diuretic. Yes, about a year ago, I used to eat a lot of cacao, about 4 heaping tablespoons a day, and I went to the gym and felt like I was going to faint. Yes, so cacao has a lot of caffeine in it. I remember years ago when I was still like, I was still learning. I was sort of keto, and my friend gave me a cacao brownie, and it was raw, right? It was raw cacao, and she had mushed it together with, I think, some dates. I was like cranked. I was lit. I was cranked up. And I was like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. No. Energy comes from sleep. Energy comes from balancing your body and your organs. No. Decaf? No, child. Decaf, they use a chemical called benzoyl chloride to strip out the caffeine, and you're left with cancer-causing chemicals, and still there's caffeine left in it. Give up the coffee, you guys. Stop being in the matrix. You're never going to be aesthetic. You're never going to feel good, and you won't be able to fight disease if you keep being addicted to this nonsense. Stop. We have this concept of cultural identity, right? When I used to live in Europe, and kids would drink cappuccinos when I was in Paris. I mean, not in Paris, but I was in Bourges and Cholet. And I would see these young kids drinking coffee and espressos, and that's a part of the culture I understand. But we are mammals. We're animals. We need to be outside, and if we're not outside, we need to try to mimic nature as best we can as a modern human. Oh yeah, Deborah's reminding me to tell you guys to subscribe to my keto course, which we talk about everything: carnivore, intermittent fasting. If you do intermittent fast, why? How to do it the safe way. There's a safer way to do it. And just everything, hormones, you name it. We talk about everything, and it works as a course structure. So if you want to sign up for that, it's $15 a month, which you'll never find anything teacher, Freudian slip, cheaper that teaches you so much. And as well, I do consultations. So I have slots open for you guys who want to talk to me one on mother sucking one, and I've been doing this stuff forever. My videos are barely monetized. I don't have a Patreon account. Okay, I'm not trying to explode my Instagram. So a part of what I do to survive is to teach people and consult people. Loose green tea, no caffeine, just no caffeine. If you have adrenal and energy crisis, you got to just get rid of caffeine, including things that have antioxidant benefits like cacao and green tea. There are other ways. Why are you talking about green tea when you just need to eat this? I'm just saying, just eat some nice jiggly liver. Just eat some liver, okay? Just eat some liver. Fabulous. You don't need green tea. This will help boost your glutathione. Rose water is good. So it's just spring water. How can I start keto for someone who has been eating bad foods? Watch my videos. You have to get rid of all the crappy food. Actually, the first thing that you have to do is have a conversation. Am I ready to make change? Because sometimes in these consultations, I'll be like, Linda, are you ready? Because you got a lot of bad habits. Are you ready, Linda? I'll be like, I think so. And I'm like, Linda, doing these lifestyle changes are pretty contrary to the way that you're living. So you have to be ready, because if you're not ready, this is not for you. My phone keeps going blurry. Stupid freaking everything I have is a Mac except for my phone. And this model keeps blurring and it drives me insane. Do organs have to be grass-fed? Yes, Eddie, I've learned that very well. That some people are eating, some people who've got histamine issues are eating organic. So if you've got any issues with your histamine levels and you do organic, which is corn and soy fed cows, even though they're organic, which means no hormone, they have bad reactions to the liver. Like it just defeats itself. It cancels out because they're reacting to the liver. So you want to try to source that as grass-fed as best you can. Or, if it's chicken, like, free range pastured chickens. Or free range, I think. No beer. Beer is basically sugar and highly estrogenic. Well, it's got ethanol in it, right? So that's the problem. Spikes your blood sugar real high. But I think it's time to go, you guys. I just wanted to do a live stream I talk about all things keto. I'm going to retitle this stream because people have a freaking bust a nut if I don't follow exactly the title of the stream, which is people fail on keto because they do these things that I've described wrong. Now, if you do things correctly, which I will say now, it's amazing. I cannot be more grateful to go through something traumatic like my mother having a glioblastoma and to learn about the body and nutrition to then apply trying to save her life to my reality. What's done is done. My mom developed a deadly glioblastoma. She's still alive. But from that tragedy, I cannot be more grateful from learning that life lesson. I don't crash because my macros are on point, fleek, correct. My food is so well sourced. I literally am looking in my place going, what do I cook with? I need to switch to glass or bake with glass because I'm baking all different types of meats, salmon, or I'll bake pork or pastured pork, which is so amazing. And to not overeat protein out of the fear of fat, to go and check out your stats to make sure that your insulin and A1C is on, check for SIBO symptoms, check for floating stool, because if you do have problems with your gallbladder, then you have to really deconstruct and split up your fats, potentially use ox bile with betaine HCl, and to get that poop to sink, because your stool is floating, you're not adapted. That fat is not going in the cells, it's in your toilet. And people don't talk about this kind of stuff. So that's why people fail, is because a lot of people have underlying gallbladder problems and small intestinal issues, and then they add in all the fat and they just feel like crap, or they're not hungry. So because they're not digesting these fats and they're not utilizing them. So these are the things that you want to check out. If you have high A1C or high blood sugar or high insulin, you don't adapt very well. The blood sugar is just all freaking all over the place. Your sleep just all over the place. Understanding your reproductive hormones is very important because a lot of people want to gain muscle, right? Get the business, as I used to always say, get the muscles. They don't want to be catabolic. And people do keto the wrong way. And I know I've kind of used this word gluconeogenesis, but gluconeogenesis is very, very important to stabilize your blood sugar for your red blood cells or for an emergency. But with that said, if you're constantly breaking down amino acids because your body's like, okay, my glycogen is depleted, I'm not really using enough ketones, so let's just chomp up this person's body to rob from the amino acids so you don't go into a coma. That's when the endocrine system gets messed up, and that's when you see hair falling out. Now, you don't see it a lot on men, but women's hair is just falling out intermittent fasting, falling out on keto. And these guys aren't going to talk about that. They're going to be like, it drops your insulin, it gives you autophagy, and then you get lean and shredded. And then they're not talking about all these issues that a lot of people have. Men too, but it's very obvious with women because women have 2 days in one. Let's not get it twisted. Like what? Men don't think that way. Women can't shut off the brain. They micromanage their partners, male or female. They micromanage kids. They micromanage. Can't shut the brain off. When moms come home from work and they start their second day. Not men. They sit there. click, click, click in front of the television, right? Or they're on YouTube, or they're on like playing a video game, and they just boom. And so you really see the hormonal imbalance in people's lives, regardless of keto. But then when they do keto and they're doing it the wrong way because they're going onto these Instagram pages and YouTube and all these sites that tell you to eat absolute garbage, garbage. And they make it like food, dirty food, porn, keto addicted people, and people eat foods that they never ate before, and nobody's factoring their histamine issues with their problems with dairy. They're like, I feel really bad on keto, and they wouldn't connect it to these foods because they keep eating mono foods all the time. So when you stop doing mono foods and you start rotating your food schedule, so you don't just eat the same foods every day, and you're very conscious and aware that things like egg whites might be a problem, may not be your friend. The problem that you might have a histamine intolerance issue with dairy. The fact that you're eating a lot of nuts because somebody else said that was keto approved, and then your gut's exploding and you're having candida die off because now you're not eating starches and sugars, but that yeast on those nuts and the phytic acid is just exploding your gut. And then all of a sudden the rashes come and the itchy butt and the freaking yeast and the vaginosis and the keto crotch and all this stuff happens. I'm serious, people. Heard keto can cause bad odors from the crotch. No, so Jerry, it's not like you do keto and you get keto crotch. This is an underlying bacterial imbalance that you had before, and it just comes out more in the absence of carbohydrates. So that's the reason why you need to go check yourself, see what your existing health is when you do something where you're just completely changing the script. The body gets used to the standard American diet. You know how you feel when you eat too much pizza, but your body doesn't know how you feel when you start eating a lot of fat, especially if you have a gallbladder problem. Let me see. Can't wait. Heard keto can. Okay, I read that. Bad odors. No, it just doesn't. Vegan lifestyle is great. No, I think the vegan lifestyle is absolutely atrocious. I feel bad for people who do veganism. And I've had, especially two friends since I've lived here in LA for years, who both covertly had to start eating eggs. And that's why eggs or fish, that's why so many vegans, not all, but many vegans start eating protein and don't tell anybody because they feel so crappy. My one vegan friend, she starts to develop cataracts from high carbohydrate. Cataracts, teeth would start falling out, gums start falling out. And she just kept saying to me, Steph, because we're like around the same age, how can I get shredded like you? How can I get ripped like you? And she'd get really mad. I'd say, eat some meat. She'd be like, I'm a raw foodist. I don't eat that. But there's no such thing as vegan keto. Somebody says, yes, there is. I'm like, there's no such thing as vegan keto. Vegan keto is a high carb diet. And I'm not talking about no soy, okay? I'm not talking about no soy. You cannot eat soy and be ketotic. No. And what you're gonna do? Guggle freaking oxidized olive oil? No, people. And if any of you guys have a latex allergy, you can't eat avocado, and then your fats are limited on a vegan keto diet, plus the body likes the 3 fatty acid profiles, like we're made out of this, that animal fat's made out of that, and that produces more ketones. How do I know? Because I've tried to work with tons of vegans, and I've worked with tons of all different types of people. Doesn't matter what it is. People with histamine, people who've got food intolerances, allergies, carnivore, like you name it, eczema. I've worked with it all, and I know. Well, I could say I know, that's a bad thing to say, but I've seen conclusively, if you have histamine intolerance, then you need to be aware of these 10 foods, and then you need to rotate those foods. And then you have to chew slowly, and you've got to make sure that you have enough stomach acid to digest this ridiculousness with SIBO. And these vegan people are eating 5 desserts a day, trying not to starve. Yeah. I used to be vegan until I saw your vids. Oh, wow, that's cool. Y'all, I've been doing videos a long ass time. I remember people say, you need to debate freely. And I'm like, no, I don't. Let be freely. She's not in my lane. And vegans would come to my channel and just bomb it with like, you're a horrible person and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I really don't care about the vegan world. It's not my lane. So I don't really have anything to talk about it. It's like, I don't care. Like, that's their reality, respect enough, but this is my lane. And so then people just kept trying to have me do this vegan keto thing. And I remember early on, I didn't know if it would work or not, and it just doesn't work. And they're starving. You take out the rice, you take out the beans, the chickpeas and all these higher in carbohydrate foods and the freaking honey. And they're just starving to death. No, don't do vegan keto if you don't want your hair to fall out. Coconut aminos? I mean, I guess you could. So, oh yeah, the point is now you've got like Frank Tufano, you've got Milk Jar, you've got Sean, what's his face? You've got Sverige, or what's his name? Goy, what's his name? You can inte komma ihåg. Anyway, now they're the ones, they mess with the vegans so much. I was like, y'all got freaking big elephant balls. Like, y'all need to be careful. Like, those people come at you. You know what I'm saying? They don't play. They are triggered. So I just leave them alone. Hemp and coconut butter, yeah, but you can't adapt on those fats at all. And so many people have a histamine reaction to hemp. They're like, oh my God, I feel so sick. So when your foods limit like that, and people don't react as much with animal fats outside of butter. Okay, oh my God, it's so crazy how vegan keto is the thing. I watch somehow I eat in a day vegan keto and it's not sustainable. It's not. We know that it's not. You have to add a lot of soy in. And then they're just eating like a lot of avocados, and a lot of people have latex allergies to avocado. They don't know it. It's just not sustainable, and the body really does well. I even stopped having people do coconut oil. You can do it because of the lauric acid benefits. Coconut oil is great for the lauric acid. But the MCT oil, because people weren't adapting, like their ketones were just they were horrible. So then I was like, okay, well, let's try the butter if you don't have a histamine intolerance to it, lard or tallow, and boop, the ketones went boop, up just like that, and blood sugar stabilized. So I was like, there's something with this. So all my information just comes from working with people over time. I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. I was making a ton of mistakes. But you keep working with people, you're going to learn through osmosis. The inevitable is going to happen. If you keep doing pull-ups the wrong way, you're going to injure your shoulder. I mean, it's just 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah, Diego, his name is actually Sverige. People call him Sverige. I'm like, where did you come up with Sverige? It sounds so ugly. It's Sverige. Stop. Kill me. Stop. Sluta. Sverige. Sounds so ugly. Got this, yeah. Ice cream can be healthy, but what? Cupcakes and muffins are too much. Ice cream and no health, child. You don't need to do no coconut ice cream now. You can do it. Y'all know I got a book coming out. Y'all know I got recipes, but I'm only putting in recipes to draw people to the science. I don't care about the recipes at all. They'll be amazing. They'll taste amazing. There'll be a ton of disclaimers. That's a lot of work. Be careful if you have nightshade problem, and then saponins and tannins and lectins and phytates and all this kind of stuff. Soy just cancels the whole point of eating keto. Exactly, destroys your gut health. Phytic acid so hot. People get so sick on soy, and they're total denial. Keep eating it. Keto never works because you are eating a huge amount of omega-6. Yes, anything with omega-6, too much with omega-6, put your fatty acids out of balance. So you need 3, 6, and 9, and you need the exact balance of them, which animal fat has, which we have because we are animals. That's what I don't understand about the vegan thing. Animals kill animals. And we are animals. Animals kill animals to eat. We are animals. I don't understand this. We're not supposed to be living in the modern time. I'm sorry. I mean, ice cream made from raw milk. No. Because a lot of people have histamine intolerance so bad that raw milk will send them to the hospital. It's not that black and white. It's layers, people. Some people can do raw milk. Plus, there's too many carbs, so that's not keto. No. Kefir doesn't have almost any carbs in it. raw A2 kefir milk, but some people, they get sick. They're like, oh my God, I'm so sick on the kefir. So we have to be careful. We can't broad stroke and say these big generalizations because it doesn't fit everybody's gut issues. Okay, guys, I'm speaking for an hour. It's time for me to go. How about aloe for the gut? Some people react to it and some people don't. Some people cannot digest plants. Sometimes aloe will send people to the hospital. I'm sorry, it just is. On top of the skin? No, you good. In the body? Some yes, some no. Lions ain't killing plants. Yeah, but they're straight up carnivores, right? Cats are like straight up, we're omnivores, so we can kill some plants. We can, but like, years ago I talked about Naked and Afraid. I had to revisit that show again. Those people are freaking starving. They so hungry. Oh, like I was watching this series where they were in Africa and they're literally beyond trying to get water. It's so fascinating to take a modern human who's a survivalist and then put them out in Africa and they are fracked. Like the people with white skin, they getting burned so bad. Like I lived in an African village for 2 months. In that African village, I was like, I'm not as dark as they are, but I'm like, I still got brown skin. And I'm like, yo, the sun is intense. Seriously, like, and that's why so many white people in, I think it's, they're like, it's in Mozambique, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Tanzania, they get so burned, they get cancer who live there. Like up the stream. And I was there, I was like, yo, it is hot and the sun would just burn you there. So you out in Africa, you a European in Africa, and there ain't no food. If y'all know, I lived in Sweden, Europe for like a long ass time, like all together, like almost 16 years. I'm living in Europe. Ain't nothing growing. You gonna be hungry. You better fish because there is not barely anything to eat. Yo, you gotta compete with all this higher population of people to go kill some moose. No. Some bears, some rabbits, which will frack you up if you just eat a bunch of rabbits who don't have enough fat soluble vitamins in them. Go to bed early, Miss Stephanie. It's like 6 o'clock. I don't go to bed this time. The sun's still out. It's fabulous. Celery juice. No, that's all bull crap. Forget the celery juice. Think about it. People who've got friggin' SIBO and histamine and eat some celery, they're like, my tummy hurts. Like, you guys just don't believe all of this wheatgrass and celery detox nonsense. You're individuals. Some of you are breastfed. Some of you were vaginally birthed. Some of you weren't vaginally birthed. Some of you, your mom was eating garbage when you were in utero. You come out, you got eczema. You're drinking celery juice. Your eczema gets worse, right? We have to be careful. We are very similar, but the way our epigenetics, right? Our DNA changes, our genetics change based on our environment and what we eat. And that will be the determinant on what you can eat and not eat and how you eat it. And I think on that note, I need to shut up. I try to do short streams and I try to be, now I got to do some videos, some short ones, because my live streams just get all over the place. There's no structure, but I'm in a good mood, so. It's more of a method of how the animals are killed in the commercial slaughterhouses. Yeah, but we know that. Yeah, that's we all know. That's why farm raised, pastured animals. Let's see, we love you, Steph. Oh, thank you, Eddie. It's bad to have sometimes a day where you eat a lot of meat. Why would you do that? Like, these are interesting questions, but I don't know where they come from. Why would you want to eat a lot of meat? That's going to be really hard on your kidneys. Kidneys are going to be... And it depends what kind of meat, right? If you have some pork jowl, child, go for it. Have some pork jowl. That'll work. You have some lean ass chicken breast, that's a wrap, bruh. You're not going to feel very well. Yeah, you guys, I'm really goofy today. I apologize. I know that I'm not professional and mature today's stream. So give stuff a break for today. I got some energy. And I'm really excited. Nothing special, just I'm excited to be live. Some days I wake up and I'm not excited, and I'm like, Steph, be excited. You could be living back in Africa, okay? Where it's rough. No, I'm just very, very happy today. So when I'm happy, I'm very silly, and I just felt like doing a quick live stream. I try to keep it short because I know people have they have a friggin' heart attack. They have an aneurysm when I talk fast and a lot and on different subjects and answer people's questions. Thank you. Is it Ransom Wash here? Thank you. Said how keto products, celery juice, kombucha, right? But I told you guys, keto's gonna die. And then you're creating LLCs, you're branding these names, right? You're copywriting keto, blah, blah, blah. I'm so glad that I haven't copywritten anything yet. I've only copywritten all my recipes. The book is not out yet, but it will be soon. I don't talk about it because when I talk about my book, people are like, well, when's it going to come out? So I'm like, just stop talking about it. And when it's ready to go to the public, then I'll announce it. But I'm not branding myself as keto, even though I am the very fabulous keto queen. Okay. But I want to incorporate low carb, high fat, glucose dependent, and keto. So people can oscillate, or they can stick to each one, or graduate from this one to this one, because I really want people to get healthy. Because as you get older, I feel like I've been lied to, bamboozled, shook. I can't stand how keto's become a bunch of products. It's embarrassing now. I'm like, it was so cool when it was underground. Same thing with skateboarding. When I was a pro skater, yes, I'm the very first mother-sucking African-American pro skater on vert. What? Holla. And when I was vert skating, don't believe me, like, I got some pictures over here. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What was the point? When I would skate, when it was underground, it was so fun. Like Tony Hawk, when Tony Hawk was famous, but not to the regular world, it was like, okay, we chilling, we skating at his ramp, we in friggin' the Highlands of Scotland, chilling and skating, we in, Canada, chilling and skating, and it was so fun. And then when it became commercialized, skateboarding, and like, I was a part of this huge skateboard exhibition. It's the largest one ever, and I was the only girl in it, and trying to get some of these skaters to donate stuff to this huge skateboard exhibition. It was like, I had to go through their agent. I'm like, you're joking, right? This is not serious. They're like, yeah, you have to go through his agent. I was like, I'm done with this. It demotivated me. And this is the same thing with keto. When keto becomes so commercial, it's embarrassing. I'm like, I'm not embarrassed to do keto. I'm embarrassed for how stupid, uninformed, nonsense, garbage trend of misinformation where people are getting sick. Have no doubt. You can't wait. Awesome. Thank you. I'm eating upwards of 275 grams of fat, I assume. I hope you guys get my personality. When you become a certain age, it's almost like you've been walking on this planet for so long, like you don't give a crap. Shite. You just don't care. You just kind of like, people are constantly telling you how you should be, and sometimes it's good advice, and sometimes I'm like, you couldn't live the life I live. Stop. Kill me. Stop with that nonsense. Stop. Take you to the ramp, yo. You will last 1 second. Oh, let me see. I love it. Lynette's like, yo, in caps, I'm 69. What? Tell him, Lynette. Tell him. Lynette just crushed it with the caps. Love you, Lynette. Love. That was awesome. I completely got vibed off of that. Oh, I love it. You just crushed me. I love it. She stood me correct. Yes, I'm not worthy, Lynette. You are the shite. That's what's up. I want to be like having that attitude when I'm 69. Oh, she's still hungry at 200. Oh, so here's an example. Okay, professional. So Deborah's reminding me that Teresa is eating 275 grams of fat and still hungry. So I have a problem that you might be malabsorptive. You're not uptaking and using that fat. So if your fats aren't being used and your glycogen is depleted, you're gonna be hungry. You're gonna be hangry. And probably develop hypoglycemia if you don't already have it underlying. So on that note, I really have to go. I've been running around all day as I normally do. I just wanted to do a quick stream, which I can't do because I'm a friggin' idiot. If there's one thing that y'all need to tell me to do is make shorter streams. Now I can be all over the place. You guys know I'm doing 3-minute normal videos. But I cannot keep it straight on a stream. I'm getting too much commentary, and I'm not going to block the comments because y'all are my heart. You're my heart. I love the people that come to the chat who consistently come to the chat. You're my homies, and with you, I wouldn't have this kind of energy. There's no way. Y'all are the shite. Let's see. Thank you, Deborah. The tree says you didn't blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Lynette. Hi, Steph. I don't know how to track my macros. Please help. I'm new to keto. Oh, child, Eddie, this is a long subject. This girl's trying to go. Okay. I need to catch my circadian rhythm, child. You need to think first. You need to clear out all the junk so it's not in the refrigerator, in the cabinets, and get rid of it. And then you need to get some organ meats. You need to get some like lard, some tallow, some butter if you don't have histamine intolerance. You need to do like 3 tablespoons on the plate. Plop, plop, plop. You need to not overeat your protein. Get like 4 or 5. If you're a dude, you're a dude. You're Eddie. 4 or 5 ounces of freaking meat measured cooked. Okay, so that kind of gives you a little bit of a wiggle room to have more when it's raw. And of the fatty source, yes, and you want to put your fats between 200 and 300 up to 350 grams of fat in your body. Make sure the gallbladder works. You need to connect the circadian rhythm. You should probably get some blue blockers. You need to get magnesium. You need to go to bed by 9. Should I say more? You need to exercise. You need to not exercise too hard. Get rid of the intermittent fasting and the HIIT training if you have adrenal insufficiencies. Don't sleep out and are tired. Okay? And if your testosterone's down the toilet, do not overpush yourself. Okay? Because if you have DHA problems and you're going to force a workout, you're going to lower it even more. You're going to get more flabby. No, that's a wrap. Okay? I don't know what happened to men. I'm like, why am I more muscular? Okay? And I'm a small girl. I'm 5'3". You know? Girls not big. I'm not big. No, I'm not big. And I'm going to the gym and I'm like, I don't understand. Why are so many men soft? This sucks. Do I have to be a hybrid woman? I mean, do I have to be a hunter and a gatherer? Y'all women know what I'm talking about. What's up with these men? It's a crime. Like Sade said, it's a crime. I'm just being silly. Don't take me serious, people. Steph's having a silly moment. Yes, a lot of people have weak organs. If you've got fatty livers, they have lesions on their livers, they have crystals and stones in their kidneys, and they don't have a gallbladder. And they've got calcium deposits everywhere in hair follicles in their heart. Oh, it's a mess. People are a mess. And we got to get fixed, me included. Everybody must get fixed, right? I am not perfect. I will be working on this temple for the rest of my life. No wine. Get rid of it. Poof! Ethanol. Make you hypoglycemic. Won't adapt. Not good for the stomach. Not good for the liver. It's toxin. Get rid of it. I know, I'm silly, you guys, today. I hope I made some of you laugh. I'm sure I annoyed a big group of you because a lot of people are like, what's wrong with her? She's just so unprofessional. Because there ain't nobody on the internet like Stephanie, right? Spitting knowledge, knowledgeable, and then being super annoying. But aesthetic, right? Okay, girl is aesthetic. That's right. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Don't get triggered. I'm just a proud 51-year-old. That's all. Who likes to roll bounce on my skateboard. He-Man. Ain't no such thing as He-Man. Shush. Somebody said, I want to look like you. And I said, no, you're going to look like you. You will be the best version of you. You're going to maximize your genetic potential. I have nothing to do with your genetic potential. My muscle bellies are shaped a certain way. My abs are shaped a certain way. My bicep is shaped a certain way. My deltoids are shaped a certain way. And we have our makeup is nowhere similar in that context. Dr. Knight, what? 51? I'm almost 52. So, when you get a certain age, you have your right to be silly and not control. I get bored. I don't know about you, but I get bored when things get too professional. I watch some of these seminars and these, whatchamacallits. I'm not drinking enough water. Presentations. And I'm like, can you get to, I know, I'm like that too. People are like, can you get to the point? But I'm like, I'm so bored. I'm so bored. You guys get a personality. It's not that serious. I mean, it's serious, but as a presenter, have a personality. Thank you. Is it Conrad? Thank you, Conrad. I look like I'm in my 30s. Thank you. And on a good day, early 30s. On a good day. But I tell you one thing, I live in LA. Girls in the gym, child, no. They're not like this. No. And LA is the funniest place you would ever see. You got the foolery and the fakery everywhere. The butt, implants. Like, I'm like, really though? Really though? Because if you're too lean, like, you can't do the Brazilian butt lift. You need to be chunky girl to get the butt lift. So they do the implants and it looks so fake. Lips, butts, nose, what else? Fake nails. Okay, that's typical. Long ones. Boobs. Yeah, a lot of it. All day, every day. And they're young. They want the Kardashian body. They want, or Jenner, they want the tiny little waist and the big hips and the big boobs. Like, that's the trend here. And girls, young girls, will freak out for that aesthetic. What perfume do you get the perfume at the gym? What? I missed the earlier point. Sorry. You should hold classes for physicians, educate them. I will. I just, there's a lot of things that's been going on behind the curtain in my life that y'all don't know. And everything's getting fixed. So it's fabulous. And I'm getting all these goals that I want to do and be more professional. I have edited videos, and my video guys like, you can't stream, like, you've got to have like graphics for your streaming. You need better device to stream on. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I'm ready to move out of my shoebox. Okay. I'm ready to educate people. And I'm ready to take everything that I've learned and structure it where in moments I will be more professional, I promise. And create a course or a class or an online, in-person and online class for people to take. Because when I've done many presentations, y'all know I went to Australia. Well, many of you know I went to Australia and did seminars all over Australia. And I went to South Africa and I went to Europe speaking in front of people. I went to Paleo FX and spoke on a panel of some of my favorites like Rob Wolf and Nora Gagatis. So I can sound somewhat intelligent when need be. But on a stream, no. I'm cranky, I'm itchy, I want to go and like do work, relax, and work on all these other projects that I need to before I start my next day. And the best part of my day is the motherfucking gym. I'm a gym freakazoid. I'm gonna be big. Let's not make me too big. I don't want to get too big because then I won't be like underground anymore, right? Yeah. I don't want to get too big. We can't get stuff too commercial. I don't need to be that big. Just enough to where I can help people and have a great time living life. That's all I want. Nothing else. Y'all know that. Y'all, I could have made money a long time ago. I can't be bothered. I could have had high production value videos. I could be doing programs. I could be doing weight loss programs. I could be lying and talking about intermittent fasting, make a dollar. I could have totally done that. It irritates me so much. I could lie to all the vegans. Yes, honey, I do vegan, keto. I could have done all of that. Oh, 1 million affiliate programs. I could have done all of that. I don't have any desire to. I just don't. I don't know why. I don't freaking care. And some people are like, you need to do this. I got people around me. You need to do this with your business. You need to do that with your business. And I'll be like, I don't care. I want to live, bruh. I want to ride my bike. I want to be out in the sunshine. I want to go to the skate park. I want to travel to a remote country and enjoy my life and eat well. That's all I want. And be healthy. To subscribe to my Facebook course, go to stephanieperson.com, and Deborah has written it. So for those who watch the replay, you can see that in the chat. And also I have, and I'm way more professional on that page. Today's a silly Stephanie day. Next stream, I won't be this silly. So, and I do consultations. And if you just want free, there's my YouTube channel, which has a gazillion videos, thousands. And also I do stuff on my IG stories every day, because today I was talking about B complex. And my Facebook fan page is also free, but I have a course page. It's only $15. It's not $800 like some people are charging for a keto course, and it's all a bunch of crap with supplements. Okay, on that note, you guys, it's been over an hour. I'm such a turd. I need to go. How could this turn into 30 minutes to an hour and 20? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Do your own thing. Love to see you in New York. I was in New York. I was on the Dr. Oz show, and a lot of people were like, you shouldn't have done that show. And I was like, that was the best. Me being on the Dr. Oz show was one of the best things I could have ever done, because it reached so many normal people who like DM me or inbox me or email me on my social media platform saying, I saw you here. And I was like, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's exactly why I did it. Well, somebody's saying you're too skinny on keto. I don't know what you look like. I don't know what your macros are like. People don't tell me I'm too skinny on keto because I got the gains. But now, when I go visit like my extended family who are overweight, they used to call me skinny mini, right? But like, I'm like 125, 126 pounds. Like, I'm heavy at 5'3". So I don't know if you're talking about me or you, but when I ate carbs, I was 113 pounds for years. I was nasty. No. That. Nowadays, complaining about your 1 to 20 minute vids, bring it. Nobody's complaining. Yes, they do, Crystal. Watch the comment section. Your videos are too long and you are all over the place. And I'm like, okay, but this is me. I'm 51. You're going to change a 51-year-old? Stop. Have a time. Okay, I'm really silly now. I do have to go. And the longer I stay on, the more stupid I become. Still with you, not complaining. Thank you so much. What's up, Keisha? What's up, chat? I haven't seen you for a while, but it's nice to see you in the chat. Keisha was on the course page for a long time. Deborah's on the course page, so I get these people. What's up, Auntie Val? So for those watching the replay, I mean, there's some lovely people out there, and they inspire me. Okay, I need to shut up and go. Sun goes down, I go. Okay, a lot of you guys are ahead of me in time. I'm on the West Coast. I'm on the left coast, and it is time for me to relax. Y'all who are in other places, you need to relax even more. You too, Deborah. All right, guys, have a fabulous, so fabulous. Have a fabulous evening, and ciao. Jag ska ta det lugnt, jag ska lägga mig snart, jag ska arbeta lite grann. I thought I would like go into a couple of accents and languages. But have a wonderful day, you guys. I think I wanted to do videos tonight, like short 3-minute, like 4 different short little videos explaining why people fail, and in a more calm and not so silly output of my personality, more easy to follow. But it's too late now, and I'm really silly. So you guys, thank you so much. Thank you. And it is time to peace out. Just got some energy. Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye. Thank you so much for everyone's taking the time. Don't forget to like up the stream by hitting that X, collapsing it, hitting the thumbs up, reopen the chat, and thank you. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Good night. Oh, Terry saying good night. See, you guys are saying good night to each other. People on replay, y'all need to get a part of the community. Yeah. When I'm doing mini consultations on my course page, because I do that, people are like, Steph, go now. I'm like, sorry, I need to go. All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining this chat. I'm so grateful and so humble that after all these years, I still have people somehow believing in me. So thank you. And I'm out. Yeah. Time to work and relax. And thank you, Deborah, always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, guys.